Welcome back to the Go to Go podcast, man. Episode 98. USA Olympic basketball about to tip off pretty soon. Sitting here recording July 24th. I believe the first game is Sunday for Team USA, the 28th. The 28th against Serbia, Jokic and company, Bogdanovic, Baby Jovic, some NBA players around there. They got that first game, 3 games of pool play, I believe. Yeah, so they got Serbia, South Sudan again, and then first time playing Puerto Rico as they played South Sudan and Serbia in the little showcase they had going on. Beat Serbia pretty well, and we all know the South Sudan down to the wire against them. We were just talking about it before the show. And then we're going to touch on so far the top 100. NFL is dropping right now. They got 71 through 100 out on the board right now. We're going to talk about some of those guys on the list so far. But jumping in USA basketball, man. Sunday, first game against Serbia, 11:15 Eastern time here in the East Coast time zone. They're going up against Serbia and Jokic. I mean, I'm expecting them to come out with a little bit something better in Serbia as far as Team USA, man. Should we be worried a little bit, man? What's your take on it so far?
I would not be worried about Team USA. In all honesty, like watching the games and stuff, I think it's gonna be a clean sweep. And I think Kerr, he was trying to look for some lineups, find what he likes. Me personally, I think you start AD over Embiid. I know you want Embiid out there because of the size and the scoring ability. I just don't think he fits that role as good as AD. Whereas Anthony Davis, he can score, he can get his buckets too, but defensively what he brings, especially, in the Olympics, international play, different rules or whatever, he's just hanging out in the paint, protecting the rim. I just think what he brings on that side of the ball is far more impactful than what Joel Embiid can bring. I think Embiid is like the perfect sixth man or seventh man. You just bring him off the bench and run him against some of those other countries' smaller units, and you just have him be like unstoppable in that mid-range to post where, we saw him make all his money and eat during his NBA career. Whereas I think Anthony Davis, get out there, run a little more, seems to be in better shape. I just think it's a better fit defensively. But I mean, that's just nitpicking, bro. Like, it's the Olympic team.
I like that though.
It's I feel like you can't go wrong either way. I mean, these last couple games in the crunch time, we kind of saw the hierarchy. Everyone's talking about like who's the go-to guy. All the players are saying it. I mean, LeBron, he's carrying the flag for not just the basketball team, but the entire United States Olympic roster. So for everyone, LeBron's going to be, the one out there representing our country with the flag. So he's clearly the number one option. Still at this age, down the stretch, clutch buckets, threes, getting to the rim, out there facilitating. When it matters the most, LeBron is the one stepping up, making plays offensive and defensively as well. But I think a key part that we still haven't even seen is KD. He's arguably the greatest scorer in Olympic history. I know he's the leading scorer for Team USA, and he's, nursing that hamstring, hasn't played yet in the exhibition. So it'll be interesting to see how Steve Kerr tries to work him in to this roster. Funny enough, it could be a point where maybe KD doesn't even play. They might not even need him. He's just out there, just enjoying the Olympic experience and being with the team. But I mean, if I'm Kevin Durant, considering how everything has gone for him, especially with Phoenix, hasn't really gone the way people thought. Thought they'd be contenders coming out the West, get swept in the playoffs. Him and Booker haven't looked like, they need more. They can't win with just them two. If I'm Kevin Durant, I might just try to get fully healthy, not even playing the Olympics, just so in the NBA season you can get back right. Because Olympic-wise, I mean, not much else for KD to prove. He's one of the greatest Olympic players ever for Team USA. So if I'm Kevin Durant, I might want to focus more on my NBA career at this point where, he's still trying to prove he can be the number one option in the NBA. Whereas Olympic-wise, he's got the gold medals, he's got the stats, he's got the wins, he's got everything you can ask for in the international play. But I don't think they might need him as much, but I'm sure Kevin Durant will try to get out there. He'll still hoop if he's healthy. But regardless, It's a lot of good teams out there, man. I saw a graphic or something. I believe there's like 91 players
Mm-hmm.
in the NBA or something like that that Team USA will end up facing. So a lot of NBA competition, especially in the exhibitions. Watching the other teams, you see a couple familiar names out there. But in USA's bracket, you mentioned they start off with Serbia. I think that's going to be a good matchup. But I just think USA, especially with the size that they have, will be a little too much. Although Serbia does have Jokic, and he's amazing in what he does, arguably the best player. But when you look at Team USA, they have Bam, they have Embiid, they have AD. Tatum is a guy with some size. He can play, down low as well. KD, when he comes back, that's another 7-footer who's decent at protecting the rim. So you got a lot of options, and I just think it might be a little too much. Although I don't believe Bogdanovich played in the exhibition against USA, so that's a little more spacing for them. But I just think for Team USA, honestly, at this point, is they just got to get the chemistry down. So I think every single game they played, they had double-digit turnovers, not getting out in transition, and easy buckets off turnovers. That's the quickest way to blow leads, quickest way to get behind. So just kind of playing off of each other, getting that chemistry right. Hopefully they have. I mean, it was all the way up to that last game against Germany, I believe. They were still turning the ball over. So you didn't really see a clean game yet for Team USA. I think you see it in one of these. You mentioned the three games coming up. I think you see the first real dominant, clean, non-turnover game. And I think once that happens, once they hit their stride, I mean, it's going to be tough to beat them. You literally have unlimited options. Like, everybody on this team can go get a bucket.
Yeah. First off, I do agree with you on the Embiid take. Slower pace player, get down on the block and score. While AD, he could obviously still do that to some extent, but just a different style offensively he brings. I think does mesh well. Better if he's in the starting lineup, and defensively he's been dominant. He might be, so far in the group phase, the most consistent player on the court for Team USA. So throw him out in that starting role.
Who would your starting five be?
So obviously you got Braun, Curry. I'm going to throw AD in there. And then, you got really the two toss-ups. I mean, who do you play at the 4? I'm going to go ahead and throw Ant. I want Ant in the lineup. Out there, and if KD's healthy, I mean, you throw KD, but if KD's not, maybe you go Drew and Ant on the court. Drew for his defensive abilities and whatnot at the guard position can be consistent. So I'm gonna say Curry, Drew, Ant, Braun, AD. If KD's not able to suit up and go, if KD's able to, you throw KD in over Ant right now, and you keep that starting 5. So it's dependent, KD's playing or not. But
yeah, I will probably go. You mentioned Curry and Braun. I think those two are undisputable. I will also throw AD in at the 5. Then I will go Ant, and then I will put Tatum at the 4. I will slide in Tatum at the 4. I know you and your Boston bias, but I think Tatum is someone that provides a lot of size. Throughout the finals and stuff.
If KD's healthy?
If KD's healthy,
Tatum?
then I will play KD. But
okay, so
maybe even I will go Tatum over KD if he's healthy, just because you want to see that chemistry. Tatum has been out there. He's been getting runs. KD still has to get ramped up.
No, yeah.
So maybe,
off the bench.
down the stretch, once KD's, fully integrated and stuff, maybe. But I think off the rip, I'll go Curry and Braun at the 3, Tatum, and then AD. Just because, Tatum's versatility, we talked about in the finals, how he was, didn't have that good of a game or good of a series scoring the ball, but he was doing everything else, playing defense, grabbing boards, hustling. And I think, he'll be a perfect glue player for that. But if I was Steve Kerr, I would have Anthony Edwards on a very short leash, have Drew Holiday basically starting the game standing next to me. As soon as Anthony Edwards does some, crazy dumb shit, get him out. But I think Ant's explosiveness, the way he's able to get out and transition, he's had some crazy dunks. He's also had some moments in the exhibition games where, he's kind of like that instant offense for them. Mm-hmm. He can get his little mid-range off. He's able to get to the rim. He's super crafty, getting through contact. So I think Ant, just offensively, he's just a great option to have. But when you do look at some of the other guys, like the Bam, you look at Drew Holiday, Derek White, those guys that are there for more of their defensive, prowess. I think you want to have those guys ready to go as well. But I just think the way this team is built, I think they just want to score a bunch of points and just like dare teams to keep up with them. So I would just put my best offensive five, and I think that's your best offensive five. Now, barring, AD and Embiid, maybe there's an argument there. But if you want some defense from the center position, AD, Embiid out there, I understand. But I don't think the starting lineup will matter as much. I definitely think a lot of these games, you'll see some of the guys who aren't starting play longer minutes, play more minutes. If you look at the Embiid AD situation,
foul trouble is going to be a big thing in the Olympics too.
Bam has been very, very good as well. His offensive game seemed, expanded a little bit in international play. He's hit some big shots. He's had some really good games. So maybe you see Bam get some more minutes if they're playing a team like maybe France, or if they end up playing Greece. Some of these teams, with guys that have a lot more size, multiple big men, you want to have a larger lineup out there. So, I mean, this is like the greatest symbol of basketball talent, like, ever. Like, I mean, you could talk about the dream team, this and that, but, I mean.
Give me the redeem team. I'm sorry, bro.
The redeem team?
Yeah.
The one with
D-Wade, Braun, Melo,
bro,
Cole.
they had like Jason, Darren Williams on that team, bro.
Darren Williams, he was in his bag back then, bro.
Come on, bro.
They had
like
bench,
Boozer on
man.
that team, fam.
Boozer was a force, man. We got Derek White on our team, bro. Come on.
He's not even gonna see the court, fam.
He's 30 years old. I didn't know that till I just looked at his profile.
Who, D White?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Bro.
Halliburton, like, come on, bro. I mean,
no, come on. Halliburton, his career is already off to a better start. He could be better than Carlos Boozer, fam. The redeem team, you had Kobe at the end. He was still hooping, but he wasn't prime Kobe.
That was like 08. It was 08. He was in his bag still in 08.
Oh, I'm thinking of the 2012 team.
Yeah, no. 08.
This is the one they did the documentary on, right?
Yeah.
Like Melo.
Dwight, CB, Chris Paul. They had Tayshaun Prince. Dang.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Darren Williams, Michael Redd,
come on now.
I mean, Jason Kidd. Come on. I mean,
Jason Kidd was straight. But fam, no, bro.
It was going up against Tony Parker and the French, man. I remember that.
I'm sorry, that team is not fucking.
Argentina played twice.
That team not hanging with the team right now, bro. I'm sorry.
I sleep.
No. So who was the starting five?
I think they had I think it was Darren.
Curry over any point guard.
Okay.
Who you got to? Kobe. Okay, we'll give the nod to Kobe. Kobe was in his bag. He was
Braun.
Braun then versus Braun now?
Yeah.
Braun then.
Okay.
Although
it's
competitive.
He's still good. Yeah.
But you got to go Braun then just because he was weird.
No, Chris Paul at the point, but I'll still get an edge to Curry.
No, I'm taking
But
Curry
still,
over Chris Paul. That's not close, fam.
I don't know whether they had Melo at the 4.
I'm taking
Prime Melo.
I'm taking Tatum now over Prime Melo.
Oh.
KD over Prime Melo, yes.
Nah, not Tatum.
He does so much more than Melo. All Melo did was shoot the ball, fam.
Stop. I'm taking Melo over Tatum.
You're just
KD,
biased.
maybe not now. KD, Prime KD, clears Melo.
On this team?
I'm just saying.
Oh, no. I'm taking whoever over Melo, fam. Melo will just get a bucket, but he's not affecting the game defensively.
Either got D-Wade or Chris Bosh. Let me see if I can
At the 5?
Yeah.
What, they was running the ultimate small ball lineup? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know what they're...
I'm taking all the big men over whoever they got, fam.
All right, let's see.
I'm taking AD, Embiid, and Bam over all of their big men.
Nah. Chris Bosh, you're not giving any respect right now.
Chris Bosh was a
Jason
forward.
Kidd was starting. All right.
Yeah, I'm taking Curry over Jason Kidd. Come on now.
Yeah, they were running a small ball lineup. They were running Braun at the 4, Dwight at the 5, Melo at the 3, Kobe at the 2.
This team got too much
Kidd
size,
at the
bro.
1.
They got way too much size, fam. And shooting, bro. They just shoot. They go just shoot over all of them.
All right,
bro.
You can say that about any age though. That's because Curry's literally reinvented the game.
I'm still. I'm talking about like the players that they have. All the big man, they could stretch the floor. Bam in his
five
bag.
wasn't even a thing back then, bro. Chris Bosh was the closest thing.
Okay,
and he didn't get a jumper till he like a 3-ball till he came to the Heat.
And Embiid is shooting over his ass. That's a 7-footer, fam. Like, what do you want me to say, dog?
I just think you just. Man,
is
this how it's gonna be? Like, am I the old head right now talking about like how good Michael Jordan was right now? Talking about.
Fam, you got it, bro. I'm just saying, talent wise, bro. The way this team we got, bro. KD healthy, all them boys playing. Come on now. And they lucky they ain't got Jaylen Brown either, because if you got Jaylen Brown, this team way better. Well, not way better, but in terms of stacking up against other teams, like it's just way too deep.
Yeah,
I'm taking Derek White over Michael Redd. What?
I don't know much about Michael Redd, so I can't really comment on Michael Redd.
Which means why you would take Derek White over him, taking Drew Holiday over. I damn near take Drew Holiday over Jason Kidd, fam.
That's actually insane.
I like Drew Holiday to lock him up.
Nah, I don't like it, but
fam, all he did was just pass the ball and drive.
He's one of the best,
easiest driving kick. Like that. Come on now, that's simple. Like you learn how to start that shit in like elementary school, fam.
All right, so. You obviously got those 5. For the current going back to current, and I agree with the Ant thing. I think him off the bench being a spark plug kind of to the offense, high energy guy, flashy plays might be a second life you need coming off the bench.
I would.
I don't hate it, but maybe bring him off the bench. Because if you sub him out, maybe his confidence goes a little bit low, but I don't think confidence is an issue ever with Ant.
Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about that.
So, you got options. But I would like to see, kind of a big team out there if they need. You said against France, maybe throw Bam and AD or Bam and Embiid out on the court at the same time.
Well, that's what they've been doing. That second team, they've been running AD and Bam out there, so they've been playing a lot together.
And if AD ends up starting, he's a little bit better of a, I wouldn't say he's more of a pure shooter than Embiid, but catch and shoot a little bit better. Embiid with ball in his hand is better shooting the ball.
Embiid is a better shooter than
he's
AD.
a better shooter, I agree. But I'm saying Embiid usually has the ball in his hands when he's putting up the shots. Very rarely is it catch and shoot versus AD, who can, pop maybe a little bit better off the catch.
I still would rather have Embiid shooting over AD regardless.
I agree with that. I agree.
But I get what you're saying, like the play style, like how he normally plays. I get what you're saying.
But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at either starting 5 they kind of go with. It's dependent on KD and when he ramps up, able to play. If not, is he going to be Kawhi Leonard sitting on the sideline or what? But we'll see, man. You got any other? I mean, the first game, obviously Sunday, and the second game I don't believe is until Wednesday the 31st. So there's some time, 3 days rest in between, and then the next one after that against Puerto Rico, who's the only team that haven't played yet. It's gonna be on a Saturday.
Boy, GTA.
Is that the only one they have? Jose Alvarado?
Only person I know of. They probably got somebody else that you just completely forgot about, but I know Alvarado. He won like MVP or whatever in like the exhibitions leading up to like the qualifiers or whatever. He was hooping.
Yeah, I'm not even Olympic. We'll see. They got a little team over there probably. You can't even look it up, bro. Like it's impossible. Mexico, like I'm
just keeping that shit under wraps, man. They want to give away their lineup.
Yeah, Jose Alvarado. The next 4 names that were listed had no clue who they were. Yeah, I mean, and no other NBA player basically. If there is one, you're right. Don't recognize his name. He's the 13th man on the bench, but yeah, we'll see, man. You see, Thanasis was hooping over there for Greece.
No, bro. He got it though.
Watch it.
Shout out Thanasis.
You got any other Team USA comments before they kick off Sunday for the Olympics?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Go USA.
And you're not going for Greece?
Nah, come on now. Born and raised USA, man. It got Greek in the blood. If they
Giannis,
they make a little
Kostas,
run,
Alex.
there's no way that all of them are on the team.
They gotta be, bro. Who else they got in Greece?
There's no way you're gonna make me look this up. I don't know. Olympic. I mean, dude, I haven't heard those names in. See, this is just a regular. Oh, look at that. Kostas. Nah, but NASA's not even on this. Olympic Games. Here we go. I don't see Thanasis. Is he not playing or am I tripping?
I thought he was injured, bro.
He might be. Maybe it was an old clip I saw. Saw him dunking on someone, but and maybe they got Kostas over there. Solid. I think he's only attempted 2 shots, but from the looks of his stats, 3 points, 50%. Yep, 2 shots. So maybe 6. No, I don't know. But you're getting carried by Giannis. Who cares? Moving on, man. NFL top 100 list just started coming out. 3 days now, I believe we're getting another set of the top 100 today. Starting off, man, the first day, I mean, notable players. You got Scary Terry, basically. He dropped 3. Deion Dawkins breaks the list. T-Law, 94. Harrison Smith still on there. Tariq Woolen, he drops 15 spots to 91. But the big one, Aaron Rodgers, number 92, not playing a drive all year. He played, 3 snaps last season, and he's breaking the top 100, coming off an Achilles injury at his age. You like this? You don't like it?
But I feel like it's just like a respect thing, you know. If we're going purely off of football on the field play, obviously he's not a top 100 player because he only played like 3 snaps last season. But out of the respect of Aaron Rodgers and how good he is and what he's done throughout his career, and, you know, not saying he's going to be, you know, league MVP again or whatever, but you could see a solid bounce back season for him if everything goes right. So you still got to give him that respect. But obviously, no, I wouldn't say Aaron Rodgers is a top 100 player. I think it's just more of, you know, players showing respect and kind of projecting off what will happen this upcoming season, and, you know, the unfortunate, giving him the benefit of the doubt with the injury.
Yeah, is there anybody else on this list that, you know, kind of want to talk about, catches your eye? Anything? T-Law coming off, you know, getting paid this offseason, 94. Same with we didn't even get to him yet. Another quarterback that has been released. He's also got paid this offseason. I guess it just shows the value of the quarterback position in the current market it's at with these guys after the seasons they kind of played. You know, T-Law not really able to get it going, but he got paid, and we'll talk about another one, I guess, when his name pops up. Pushing on, 90 through 81. You got your boy Smitty at 90. He jumps 10 spots, number 100 last year. Buda Baker, he dropped 16. Pretty good dip for him. You got some other guys. Former Eagle Hassan Reddick's on the list, but he goes down 39. Your boy Saquon, new Eagle on the list. Werfs, DK, Derwin, Montez Sweat breaks the list for the first time. And then the other quarterback I mentioned, Kirk Cousins, who dropped 39 spots, getting that 4-year deal from the Falcons this year. And then obviously the whole draft situation with Penix and whatnot. He's also coming off a torn Achilles, but he did play a majority of the season. I think 81's fair. I think, maybe should be a little bit lower if he's in this top 100, but I just
Lower, like, meaning good or lower bad?
lower bad, maybe in like the 90s, 90.
I don't know, because before Kirk Cousins got injured, he was like balling. He had some crazy numbers. He was kind of, they beat the 49ers in prime time. Yeah, he was like in the MVP race. Kirk Cousins, I believe he was leading the league in like passing or touchdowns or something like that.
18 touchdowns, 5 picks.
Yeah, so he was
probably
playing
his best ratio in his career.
He was playing some of the best football of his
Just
career.
8 games
before the injury. Yeah, so I think 81 is a fine place to put Kirk Cousins at, coming off the injury.
Any comments on your boy Smitty or Saquon?
Obviously Eagle bias is gonna come through, and I think Devontae Smith is so much better than a 98th player in the league. Many times last season, it kind of felt like he was the only true option we had offensively. AJ Brown is such a good receiver and such a physical threat, but just in terms of beating coverage and getting it open, I would argue Devontae Smith is a better route runner, and it just seemed like he was more reliable at times down the stretch. Even when AJ Brown banged up, he missed a game or two. Smitty steps up. Comes to mind that big Dallas game. I think that was 2 years ago, but regardless, he stepped up, proved he could be a number one receiver. So I definitely think he's higher than that. Saquon, bounce back season. I believe he was banged up as well. Not as good as the year he had before, but that's gonna change. Running behind that Philly offensive line and having a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, who's a threat. Not only a threat running the ball. Daniel Jones wasn't really worried about him passing. Hurts can definitely throw the ball better than Daniel Jones, so maybe we see some lighter boxers there for Saquon. And Hassan Reddick definitely had a down year compared to, the year before where the Eagles had, like 70 sacks or whatever, and everyone was getting after the quarterback. I think a lot of people look at the big sack numbers, and that kind of persuades just like how good a player is. You're like, oh, he had X amount of sacks. It's not how it goes to the defensive line. Pressures are a big thing. Win rate is also a really big thing. And unfortunately, Hassan Reddick definitely took a step back. 2 years ago, it felt like if it was third down, we needed a big play in a big moment. Hassan Reddick was always, just seemed to be the one making it. This year, he kind of disappeared. It was more of him getting, scheme pressures, which is just crazy to say of how bad our defense was. But, the defensive line in general, I think, took a step back, especially on the edge. Josh Sweat, maybe we see him take a step forward this year, but I'm not going to get too deep into the team stuff. We'll go over, all the teams and stuff coming up. But, I think those are solid ratings for Saquon and Hassan Reddick. And I think Devontae Smith should be higher. And I think we see Saquon bounce back up this list after a good season this year.
All right. We'll get into that starting next week, right? We're going to...
Yeah, I think next week. Yeah, if we plan it out right, that means if we start next week...
We'll run through each and every division like we did last year.
And then we'll have 1 week for the predictions for the awards, and then week 1. We'll do.
It's my bounce back year in the pick'ems. I think I get crowned this year. I feel it coming, man.
I feel like you could win this year and still be down overall. So you got it, fam.
I mean, I still would. I'd be down 2-1 on years. Are you just talking about
overall record? Yeah.
All right. Well, you got that, buddy. Just put the fries in the bag. Sam Laporta.
Okay.
Breaks 80.
Now we're clip farming.
Coming off rookie year, fantastic rookie year, maybe the best rookie year you've seen from a tight end. He gets in there. My favorite, Minka Fitzpatrick, 79. He drops the most we've seen so far and stayed in the top 100. 61 spots. Kyron Williams, rookie breakout, breaks it. 78. Trey Hendrickson stays, drops 2 spots, 77. Drake Greenlaw, obviously coming off that injury to his Achilles in the Super Bowl. He moves up 3 spots to 76. He was having a terrific year and probably the best player on that 49ers defense before the injury during that game. Your boy Justin Herbert, who drops 43 spots to 75. You got Jesse Bates, Jeffrey Simmons, Garrett Wilson stays the same spot. Laramie Tunsil jumps up 14 after protecting, rookie breakout C.J. Stroud all year. He was really the focal point of that offensive line and one of the only solid guys that stayed on the field consistently. Minka Fitzpatrick, I've said a little bit of a fraud. I like Laporta here at 80. I think he deserves it coming off that phenomenal season in Detroit as a breakout player. Kyron Williams, I think, definitely deserved to be in there as well. Your boy Herbert, man, you wanna touch on that? 75. He's about 10 spots better than T-Law. I mean, now I know I'm not the biggest Justin Herbert lover, but I do think he's more than 10 spots better than Trevor Lawrence is in this league currently.
Yeah, and I also think you have to take into consideration when you look at positions like quarterbacks or, the big star players, the big names, you got to look at, how the team did as well, not just the player. So I definitely think, the Chargers not having the best season, Herbert getting a little banged up and missing a couple games definitely went into effect of his rating. But, yeah, I think Justin Herbert will get into the rankings and all that stuff. But he's clearly, I think he's better than the top 75 player. And, once again, not getting too deep and, too in depth with what's going to happen next season and our predictions, but he'll be better. All
right, man. We do our season awards.
Possible MVP pick again. No.
Hey, if you pick him 5 years in a row, man, there's a chance he might hit one. All right. Well, Herbert's not your pick this year,
bro. I think Lamar might have been mine last year, bro. I might have been right. I think Herbert was 2 years ago, and then Lamar last year.
No, I think it was last year.
Oh no, I gotta go look back at my notes.
I guess. Nonetheless, we'll get into it this year. Maybe we should. I'm gonna keep the notes. Let's keep them. Compare them at the end of the year. See if we get any season awards.
I still have all of mine, so
right,
we could look over it before.
Yeah, I'm not about to go back and watch the clips because I don't have my notes from then. But
we'll Google Docs shit. Always see.
We'll see. NFL Top 100. We'll get into a training camp. Kicking off for a few teams around the league. Gonna get ramped up.
Majority of the teams now are back doing training camp.
I don't think the Browns are, but.
Or they're at least in the building, right?
Yeah, they're in the building. I think they start camp
Amari
soon.
Cooper is doing that, but yeah.
Yeah, holding out, man. Needing a new contract.
Eagles started today.
Same with Tua. A little bit of a holdout for him.
Although didn't Amari Cooper get his extension or something?
He did. Yeah. So you got a 1 year deal, more guaranteed money. I believe. I'm not sure what it was, but $5 million up in incentives. I know that. He did get his new deal, restructured his contract just for 1 year. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Browns do, this offseason coming up with Amari Cooper, depending on what happens this year. But obviously, big question marks for the Browns. They're two players on offense, and Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb, but we'll get into that later down the road, man. Anything else you want to comment on? Olympic hoops, football, top 100, anything?
Oh, this is a preseason podcast for, the upcoming NFL season, Olympics and stuff like that. Or
getting our feet
wet. A week away, yeah. We took a little break, but it'll be fun to get
new
back.
System.
New head coach. Who's the new head coach? You?
Wait.
No, but it's exciting, man. Football's right around the corner.
Yes,
I know that's that's the main sport I enjoy. I'm sure that's your number one sport too. So in terms of watching and participating in, so
America's number one sport. It's only 17 games. It just brings the excitement.
And considering you have two favorite teams,
I got two
double
favorite
the
teams anywhere, but besides basketball. But it doesn't even. Anyways, man,
double the content for you to consume.
Two poverty franchises. You guys didn't
double
care.
The games you can watch, double the players you care about. So
you're right. All right, cool. You got it. Wow. Anyways,
what, bro? You have two favorite teams. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. It's a fact.
All right, man. Go to go.
Are you ever gonna pick one team, bro?
No, bro. You ask me this all the time.
I've never asked you that.
And you ask who I root for, and I don't know what would happen if they ever played in like an AFC championship game. I think I'd want Cleveland to get one first, but Dolphins they're on this historic poverty run too. So I don't even know, man.
You just cheer for the better team. That's all you do, bro.
I feel like Cleveland fans deserve it more. Being down here in South Florida,
Wow.
You know these wishy-washy
Sorry,
Dolphins
Miami fans.
Yeah, bro.
You guys don't deserve to win.
No, it gets me hot.
This is your
bro.
fan base. Wow.
It gets me hot, man. They just don't know how to act. But
great support there. Fellow
love the team. Love the
Dolphins.
true Fins fans.
Fellow Dolphins. This is how you get treated.
Love the true Fins fans.
You don't
man.
deserve
if you're
to
a true
win.
Fins fan, you're rocking with the good old days. Yeah, I mean, sure, I could rock with you, but these, fair weather Dolphin fans, I really can't rock with. So they weren't there for the tough times, but
Tannehill
days, what? Chad Henne, Chad Pennington. Yeah, exactly.
Dante
Culpepper before that. I mean, you had a bunch of guys in between. You had not Mike White. What was your little boy you loved? The white boy third string quarterback. Scott. No, I want to say Skylar Thompson.
Oh no, that was Big Max. That's talking about the tatted jit.
Yeah, it was. I forget who it was, but
that was like after Tannehill.
Yeah. Oh, Thigpen. No, I mean
no,
Tyler Thigpen.
Thigpen is a name.
Though. Yeah, there's a lot of names you could go down the list, but anyways, man, go episode 98. We'll be back next week, starting on football, getting into the divisions, predictions, stuff like that, and then awards obviously later down the line. I'm thinking we start with I think we started with the AFC North last year. It might be your NFC East, or you might want to hold off. We'll discuss that later, but we'll jump into it. Go episode 98. Go pod on TikTok. Go on everything else streaming wise. And until next week, man. Peace.